taxes on U.S. products. China expert Gordon Chang.
China presents a very special case because Beijing is now extraordinarily reliant on the American market and therefore can't allow American consumers to turn away from Chinese goods.
China says it's imposing new tariffs on coal, liquefied gas, farm equipment, and other American products. The Senate Finance Committee set to vote this hour on whether to advance President Trump's controversial pick for Health Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Crews are hoping to raise more pieces of the American Airlines jet that collided with an Army helicopter from the Potomac River today. Correspondent Chris Van Cleve says the quest continues to find out what caused the crash that killed 67 people.
Investigators say they're still poring over both aircraft's flight data and cockpit voice recorders and have obtained training and flight logs for both flight crews, maintenance logs for both aircraft, and are building the crew's daily histories.
Several victims are still unaccounted for. They're bracing for something they don't need in Northern California right now, heavy rain. KCBS's Matt Bigler reports from Oakland.
The soil is already saturated, increasing the chance of serious flooding and downed trees. John Picard picked up a load of sandbags to put around his business.
Home, I'm fine. I'm not in floodplain. Business is a little concerned, but now I have sandbags that is pretty much mitigated. The good part about it is I'm going to Tahoe next week and expecting about 4 feet of snow, so the skiing's going to be awesome.
Dallas Mavericks fans are smarting over one of the most stunning NBA trades of all time that sends superstar Luka Doncic to the Lakers. They've set up a memorial with a casket outside American Airlines Center.
That's the heart and the soul of Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get it. Like, I thought it was a joke.
And I actually have no words.
The Dow is down 85 points. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ooh, ma.
What was that?
That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm? I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
We're News Radio WGNS 100.5, 101.9, 1450. Online and on your phone at wgnsradio.com. We're loud, we're proud, we're blue. WGNS AM and FM, your home for the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. We're the Good Neighbor Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, audio and video streaming at wgnsradio.com. This is the Roundtable. A look at the news, views, politics, and people that are shaping Rutherford County.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday morning edition of the Roundtable Show. Your hosts, Rick and Wayne, come to you every Tuesday here at WGNS Studios in Murfreesboro. And Mr. Wayne, how are you, buddy?
I'm great, Rick. Great. I'm enjoying this mild weather, but I looked ahead at the forecast down a few days from now, and we're not going to be very happy.
No, it's coming.
Going to be chilly again, unfortunately.
Yeah, welcome to Tennessee weather. Just wait 5 minutes and it'll change for you.
Amen. It has all my life anyway. So, but hey, what a big week this is with the Super Bowl, and then next week Valentine's Day, and so a couple of big male holidays, huh?
Yes, sir.
at least that second one, you better be involved anyway. So
I'm looking forward to it. I'm very involved, sir.
I always said you were a smart man. So good weekend.
Coverage, man.
Good
you
weekend.
Keep
I
up
hope.
with it. Oh yeah, watched a little basketball. I'm still painting, remodeling. As we said last week, I have a new dog/terrorist in the house that's filling his oats, so he's getting acclimated, and we're got a lot going on. I'm in basketball. My wife's a basketball fan, so she's at Kansas. Her dad being in the military, she kind of moved all around, and they became Kansas Jayhawk fans, and they're just they're not their normal season right now, and they lost again this weekend, but Tennessee won, and I think we're up to 4th now. Again, we were at 1 at some point. So
I'm a little surprised about the WNBA coming to Nashville. I mean,
that pitch.
I'm not anti, but I'm just wondering how viable, because the NBA is propping up the WNBA right now, and I just unless they get all MTSU and UT players and Vanderbilt, I don't know how big a crowd they'll have. So.
I was listening last night. They said they're in the Southeast. There's only one WNBA team, and it's in Atlanta, but there's no other south. So if you figure the Mason-Dixon line, there's nothing south of that but the one team in Atlanta, and of course Pat Summitt and the following she's got. Yeah, they're talking about making that thing to where it's a traveling thing. They may be in Knoxville, Memphis, Chattanooga, Clarksville. They would play different games around to get the state more involved, which I think you would probably have to do in that program.
Well, that'd be every home game's an away game then, huh?
Yeah. Well, they got some serious money behind it, so I guess with that kind of money, they can make it happen if they want it.
Haslam has a bit, from what I hear.
Yeah, Manning's, they got a little bit.
So, Rick, very excited about our program this morning. One great friend of ours, and then also she will introduce who I perceive will become also a great friend. So this morning our guest is Mayor Mary Esther Reed, and you brought someone we thought you would probably be best to introduce. And Mayor, thank you for being here, and we know your plate is always full, but we're always grateful to have you be with us.
Well, I always appreciate you guys having us. It's kind of like we're sitting around the table,
we are
having breakfast, lunch, or dinner when I get to come see you guys.
Well, we've had your mom's cookies,
that's right.
So we're good.
Mama made me peanut butter cookies yesterday, and so I did bring some for you all to sample. I will not be leaving those. I'll be taking those with me.
Is that negotiable?
No, that is not negotiable.
Let me check my wallet. I may have some cash.
That's right. But okay, so I want y'all to be honest. Am I introducing Dave because nobody's sure how to pronounce his last name, or?
Santucci.
I'm practicing. You've been practicing. Good.
Well,
good.
Man.
Honest confession. Do you remember the Partridge family?
I do.
Wasn't there a Danny
Bonaducci?
And that's what kept me confused.
You confused. Okay, so if you call him Dave Bonaducci, we know why. Right. Well, I am so excited to have Dave on with us today. Dave's been with us since October.
Yeah, October 14th.
October 14th. So he is doing a great job. He is knee deep, well, probably neck deep in budget right now.
Yeah.
So
bless your heart.
Yes. But Dave came to us from Florida, and I'm going to let Dave tell us all a little bit about himself, but I just want you all to know that he is fitting in here at the town of Smyrna and doing a great job for us as a town. So we appreciate him.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
So a little bit about your background. We talked off camera on the comfy couch outside, but it sounds like you were born in Massachusetts, right?
Originally, yeah. Spent a little bit of time there. Left when I was a little boy, but probably around 7 or 8 I left there, and we moved down to Florida. And I've been there for the majority of my life outside the time that I spent in the Marine Corps, where I was in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was hoping that you might talk about your Marine Corps experience a little bit. And God bless you for serving, by the way.
Yeah, sure. So, the truth be told, I mean, I was 4 years out of high school. I was getting through college. But it's my dad said it best. He said, once you get through high school, life's just going to fly by. And he was right. And so 4 years had gone by, and I said, man, I really got to focus in on doing something for myself here. And I'm the type of guy that when I do something, I go all in. And, you know, case in point, coming up here to Tennessee to be the town manager of Smyrna, right? So you walk up to the recruiting office in the strip mall, and you've got Navy, Air Force, Army, and Marines, and I just went straight into the Marine Corps office. And I did 4 years in the Marine Corps. I thought that you're either going to do 4 years or you're going to do 20 years, right?
Sure.
In between, the benefit's not really there, right? So I enlisted. I made it to the rank of sergeant in a very short time. While I was stationed at Cherry Point, North Carolina, I was attached to a Marine Wing Support Squadron. So, you see the little connection there with Smyrna and the airport and all that. I mean, my warehouse looked onto the runway where the Harriers used to just practice hovering all day long. So I'd call my girlfriend, wife now, and we'd have to just, I'll call you later, because you couldn't hear a thing through those. I mean, it was unbelievable, but so cool of an experience. 9/11 came. I'll never forget that day. I don't think anybody forgets where they were or what they were doing when that happened. Sure. And I was sitting there at my desk, and this other corporal came in, and he said, plane just hit the towers. And of course, he was a little off, so nobody really believed him. And and sure enough, we stayed there all night long on base, on lockdown, watched every plane that was on that tarmac take off in a hurry. And there, it was actually Valentine's Day that we deployed to Iraq. So we spent some time in Kuwait getting ready, and we were the initial push there into Baghdad. What was supposed to take 3 days took 3 weeks. Rationing food, drinking water out of that was mud puddles and all that stuff, the sandstorms, and we finally made it there. It was a very, very unique experience. We got there, and my job, they pulled me back, and I was bringing cargo and supplies back from Kuwait to Baghdad every day for about 3 months, and then we went back. We were actually not there that long. So I got back, and at that point, my now wife, I said, this is a tough life for our family, and God bless those who do it. But for me, we come from a very strong family. And I knew that was the most important thing for us and our future. So I did 4 years, got out, and went back home.
Well, talk about your family, brothers and sisters.
Sure. Yeah. I've got 2 sisters. Mom and dad, obviously. They divorced a long time ago. But no, that's fine. But we're all good. And see, my mom lives in South Carolina. My dad still lives in Florida. And see them regularly, so talk to them regularly.
And your dad came up?
Yeah, my dad came up for Memorial Day,
He
and he enjoyed it.
Memorial Day event we had.
So where are you in the pecking order with your siblings?
I'm the oldest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The oldest brother,
Yeah.
2 sisters.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I bet you bloodied a few noses.
No, it's the story of my life. I have three little girls at home.
Oh, wow.
They're not so little, but so I'm always. It's funny. My wife said you were born to be a girl dad. So,
what attracted you to Smyrna? Because obviously you're kind of a Florida guy and flat land and no rocks and no hills for sure. So it's a big culture difference between the way of life here and sceneries versus what you had down there. I know everybody, the mayor goes down about every other week down to Florida and hangs out there, and here you're moving here.
The Gulf of America.
Make everyone understand why Florida people are moving here.
I could tell you why I moved here.
Yeah.
For me, I looked at Florida as a great place to raise our family. Brothers and sisters and cousins, and my kids were around their cousins. Sunday dinners was 20 people deep every single Sunday and that sort of thing. And that's just a great environment to raise your kids, right? Well, they're getting a little older now. My oldest is going to go off to college next year. My youngest is, I have a senior, a sophomore, and a 7th grader. And I can tell you that any time I have gone on vacation in the past 10 years, I've wanted to be in Tennessee.
Wow.
Whether in the mountains or in the Nashville area or wherever. As I mentioned, my mom and my sisters live in South Carolina. I love the South. South Florida's south. I mean, it's a different world down there.
Yeah. It's hot.
And it's really hot. You know, people talk about the winter blues. You know, I'm going to tell you right now, in the summertime, it's unbearable down there. And so I get the summer blues, and I'm not going outside and stay in the AC, you know?
Yeah.
Take the trash out, you're sweating, you know, that sort of thing. So I've always just loved this area, and me and my wife shopping, if you will. What about this place? What about that place? Or a job opportunity would come up, and there have been job opportunities. But when this one came up, I showed it to my wife, and I looked obviously on the professional side. She was looking more on the family side, and it checked every single box for both of us. And I told her, I said, just like I was mentioning earlier, if I go after this, I'm not turning back if I get it. And lucky enough, I did, and so here I am. And of course, it's a little difficult because they're back home right now, so they can finish up school. That was important for us to let our kids, finish out the year, especially with having a senior. So that's been a little rough on us, but we know that this is a means to an end, and to get to a better place. So it's going good.
What university did she select?
She hasn't.
Oh, okay.
So she did.
We're
repping
here.
Yeah, we're promoting.
I don't know what she's going to end up doing yet. She wasn't sure if she was going to continue on playing. She's a competitive soccer player.
Oh, wow.
So she wasn't sure if she was going to continue on doing that. It wasn't the top focus for her, but she just tore her knee up pretty bad in the last senior game of high school. She's got to get surgery here soon, and so I'm not really sure what she's going to do.
I hope you would let her take a tour.
She did.
She already has.
You don't think we've not already done that.
Way to go, Mayor.
And what a beautiful, I mean, that campus is a hidden gem, really. I think it shocked me and my daughter quite a bit to just see how progressive of a university that is, the quality of education you can get there. And really just, you get the sense that they take care of their students first. It's not one of these. It's a big university, but it's not large enough to where you look at it and you think it's just a factory for pushing kids through school. There's a personal touch, I think, that they give their students, and that's what I walked away from.
We make that same comparison with the town of Smyrna.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a senior in high school, we probably had maybe 3,000 people, and now we think maybe closing in on 55,000, Mayor? Is that
we're shooting for 57?
Oh, okay.
57, 58.
Okay. And I think it's the same way with middle. When I was there in the early 70s, there may have been 8,000 students, but now there's well over 20,000, Mayor.
20,000 or so.
There's kind of a similarity there between our university and our town, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of all Rutherford County. I mean,
good point.
We've been in that melting pot of growth just because of, I've always said it, there's places in this country would change place with us in 2 seconds, and we complain about our growth and the management of our growth because we're doing all we can. And I think, with elected officials, they find out pretty quickly that they don't have all the tools in their tool belt. It takes state tools and federal tools to complete and get things done. But we're kind of in a good place as far as where we're at.
So when Dave came in to be interviewed, there were 5, and he was first to be interviewed.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I was a little hesitant. I didn't know how his military background, how would he be as a leader with that? Would he be pretty regimented?
Sure.
And so wasn't too sure, but I'll be honest, he kind of blew all our socks off with that first interview. And so we went through and interviewed the rest, and then we all figured out that he kind of blew us away in that we didn't ask all the questions that we wanted to ask. So by this time, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. He's already gone back. We knew he was staying for the weekend because I think you were taking your wife to see.
Yeah, we went to go see Kenny Chesney
the
weekend,
next day at Nissan Stadium. And so I went in and I talked to Jeff and I said, I think we've got some more questions. Do you think it's okay for us to call him and see if he's willing to come back and answer some questions? So at 5 o'clock, we call him back, and I don't know what you and your wife were.
We were at a friend's house, and we were getting ready to shoot. Everyone's changing and getting ready to go out to dinner, and I got the call, and I'm get off the phone, and I'm like, everybody get in the car! And I had to do like a quick Superman change back into the suit and run back to town hall, but yeah.
But he was so smooth when he came back at 5 o'clock. I mean, you can imagine if you got that call, what are they going to ask me? But I mean, it was just smooth as silk. I mean, he answered the questions. He was not upset. He was not nervous. It was just very roll with it. And we knew, I mean, it was a unanimous, it was not close. We knew that's who we wanted. And before you left on Sunday, we had a deal put together, and you were coming to the town of Smyrna.
Yeah, it happened that quick.
So did you get to the Kenny Chesney concert?
We did.
I mean,
we did. Yeah. Me and my wife, we've always been big fans of his, and I said, if we're going there, it's either going to be a celebration or, or just we're going to do it because I didn't get the job, and so we went.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead and get your class. Bragging about your
we'll save it.
We'll save it for a little. You want to save it for a little later? Okay.
He knows it's there. See, it's bothering him, so we'll let it sit there.
You think he thought about it last night?
I know he did. The day he called or texted you about being on the show, it bothered him.
It bothered him.
Since then.
That's right. That's right.
You'll get this in a little while. Huh?
Like I said, I'll just sit back and hear the stories.
We've got a close group.
Yeah, we got some real competition going here.
So bringing back to that, from an outsider, me being outside, not on the council or anything, it's a town council that was all Smyrna High graduates. There's 3 from the class of 1989 on there, and then of course
the most important class,
the best.
Well,
class.
we'll have a little more discussion.
I hear they shape the future for generations to come.
Absolutely,
they got an adult rec league, and I'm thinking about getting a class A89 put together that we play.
They're doing kickball. Did you know that on Wednesday nights now they're going to be doing kickball? And Raquel said maybe we need to get a group together.
I figured y'all be more paddle ball.
Oh, you mean the pickleball?
Pickleball. Is that what it is?
Pickleball.
Yeah.
Pickleball.
I don't know. I think I could play.
Understand why they call it pickle.
I think we could play a round of kickball.
I'm all right with the kickball.
I am too.
I mean, we're at that cusp of needing knee replacements.
I was going to say, you might pull a hammy.
The shoulder's done, buddy. I can't throw no more. But from an outsider though, and I thought, well, we've always had people within that we've always had in this going outside, which we went outside for our police chief, and then you came in, and of course then the Dave Santucci got, I don't remember who called me and told me your name. I was like, what? So I'm thinking Michigan. I've got a buddy that lives in West Palm Beach, and he was a detective down there, and we met years ago, but he has got this the Michigan, which Florida has a melting pot of accents. It really does.
Oh, yeah.
He was at Michigan till he graduated high school. He loaded up his car and drove south, and he just kept on going until he got to West Palm, and he said, okay, I'm out of gas. Here I am.
There you go.
But he still has that Michigan voice about him, but there's a melting pot, and you remind me a lot of that. So then I heard Deerfield Beach, which I've been to several times, but I still stay in tune with the council meetings and watch and things like that. But I think you've been an ace in the hole for them, and obviously from what they're saying, it was not even a second guess.
Love at first sight. It kind of sounds like
does.
It was.
Well, man, it's willing to miss Kenny Chesney for meet with them a second time. It's something else. But hey, everybody, you listen to the new town manager of Smyrna, Dave Santucci, and the Smyrna mayor herself, class of '89. And we're going to take our first break and be right back with you in just a minute.
Fellas, if you've noticed a lack of energy, motivation, and drive, it could be low testosterone. Don't wait. Get checked by the experts at Low T Center. They have over a decade of experience helping patients achieve life-changing results with testosterone therapy, or TRT. And for established patients, they offer the convenience of physician-monitored at-home TRT with advanced personalized plans that include both lab testing and self-inject medication. Low T Center makes it easy, shipping directly to your door. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment online. Low T Center, reinventing men's health care.
The city of Murfreesboro is growing, and we need your help to prove it by participating in the special census. Murfreesboro Mayor Shane McFarland.
We want to get an accurate count of our residents compared to the last census. The more people that are counted, the more state shared revenue dollars Murfreesboro receives.
It's fast and easy. Complete the form online at murfreesborocensus.com.
Count me in.
Okay, count me in.
And count me in too.
Let's make sure every resident counts. Visit murfreesborocensus.com.
Renewable natural gas is an incredible resource with the ability to power your home and lifestyle. At Middle Point, we've broken ground on a state-of-the-art facility that will capture natural gas on-site and repurpose it into sustainable pipeline-quality gas. Once operational, this facility will produce enough energy to heat 40,000 homes per year. Learn more about this at middlepointlandfill.com. For Public Services, we are sustainability in action.
If you want to get some barbecue, I'll tell you how to do it. Head for the Slick Pig and you're into it. Just walk through the door at 1920 East Main and your nose will send a message right to your brain. Say, smells good, and barbecue. Slick Pig. They got ribs and beans. Got spicy wings. Slick Pig.
A Murfreesboro tradition. 1920 East Main.
This is Good Neighbor Events with Bart Walker. Brought to you by AmeriCare Pest Control and the law offices of John Day.
This is a paid legal ad.
You've probably heard it a million times. If you're injured, call a lawyer. And you probably haven't because you don't know how much it will cost, how long it will take, or even if you have a case. At the law offices of John Day, we provide a free initial consultation because we understand that folks don't want to pay a lawyer only to find out they don't have a case. If you think we can help, we do so on a contingency basis, which means we only get paid if you do. Seriously injured? Call me, John Day.
Obviously, you like to know what's happening here at home. And WGNS has been offering this service for over 78 years. Thanks for joining us. The Red Cross is still critically low on blood. Phone the Red Cross at 800-RED-CROSS and make an appointment to give the gift of life at a time that fits your schedule. Now this Saturday, it's the Wesley Foundation's Pancake Breakfast. You talk about delicious. All you can eat. 7 until 10 this Saturday morning at 216 College Heights. Again, that's this Saturday morning from 7 until 10. The play, Alice by Heart, wraps up this weekend at the Art Center of Cannon County in neighboring Woodbury. Are you a caregiver for an Alzheimer's or dementia patient? You need to be at the monthly meeting of We Remember You. And they meet on the second Tuesday of each month at the Villages of Murfreesboro. That's not this week, but it is next week, Tuesday the 11th at 4 in the afternoon. The Alzheimer and Dementia Caregiver Support Group. And again, that's at the Villages of Murfreesboro at 2550 Willow Oak Trail. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Rutherford weather.
Mostly cloudy skies here for this afternoon with a high in the mid-60s. Then for tonight, cloudy, a low near 49. Wednesday, chance for storms, a high of 68. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on News Radio WGNS. Currently, it's 54.
Broadcasting from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios. Take control of your account management and energy consumption with the MyMTE app. Download from the App Store and manage your account, improve your energy habits, and more. MTE, serving to make life better since 1936.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
And good morning and welcome back to the second segment of Tuesday Mornings with Rick and Wayne. And it's certainly our pleasure and honor to have Mayor Mary Esther Reed here with us. And she is brought along our new town manager, Dave Santucci. Is
Good
that
job,
correct?
buddy.
That's
You did it.
perfect.
You did great.
I still can't get the Partridge Family with Danny. And the whole time I was driving here this morning, I was thinking, Dan, Dave. so
he'll answer to anything.
We got Dave down pat.
That's right.
Thank you again. Thank you for being here. Maybe I think they said you were up to your neck in budgetary work right now. Would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure.
Why don't you talk a little bit about our process first, so people understand kind of what our process looks like.
Sure.
Good idea.
Well, first of all, the process never ends. It's a budget cycle, and we're always working. From a financial perspective, we're always working in 3 different years, because right now we're working the budget that was adopted already. We just finished our audit for the year prior, and then we're planning for the next year. So there's a lot of moving parts to that, and right now we are reviewing all of the what I would call the department level requests and what our operational and capital needs are going to be for the next year. And we're looking at all of that information and trying to decipher, what are going to be the priorities. Of course, in April, we'll meet with the council and we'll do a retreat. And that's an opportunity for us to get the input from the council. We say, hey, here's what we think, and we get their feedback. And then we make adjustments from there and hopefully bring back a budget that will ultimately get approved by them. What we're seeing right now, and Smyrna's seen some tremendous growth, positive growth, and has enjoyed a strong financial position for a long time. And that's really a testament to the stability of the government, which has existed for a long time. That I can tell you right now that without that, it's a tall task. But also to the economic conditions in Smyrna as well. But this year, what we're seeing is, and probably it started last year, is a little bit of a slowing of that growth, which I just think is a sign of the economy. You heard, probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago, we heard a recession's coming. We haven't really seen that, but I think what we have experienced is a slowing down. And of course, like I said, being from Florida, Tennessee's a lot like that from an economic standpoint, where you're seeing the growth within those areas. So I think we were very fortunate here in Tennessee to not be affected as much as maybe some other communities out west and in the Northeast. So we're going to see a little bit of slowing. We're going to have to, be a little bit pickier, I think, with how we move forward the next year or two. But I'm confident that the economy is going to pick back up, and we'll be off and running.
Rick and I oftentimes will talk about first responders with the law enforcement and the fire and the competition between the different governments for those professions, and I assume that continues to be an issue.
It does, and that was one of the first things that I looked at when I got here. So we're formulating some strategies that we'll be presenting to the council here shortly. We have to recognize that Middle Tennessee is a different animal than the rest of the state.
That's right.
And so we're trying to look at it from that perspective, and we want to make sure that, from my perspective, police, fire, water, sewer, the basic necessities and needs of a community, parks as well. What is going to make the quality of life in Smyrna better? And I think those are the things that will do it. And those are the things that have done it for Smyrna. I mean, we've had an excellent police and fire service. Chief Culbertson for 35 years has done tremendous things with the fire department, obviously just retired. And you look at our park system. I mean, these are the things that I was looking at when I was looking at Smyrna, right? Am I going to come here? So, it's my job to make sure that those things are great for years to come.
And in talking about emergency services, it absolutely is important. And you've looked at that, y'all are in the process, staff is in the process of looking at pay for them. But one of the things that's really important to council, and Dave has been great about this, is it's not just about emergency services, it's about all of our employees. Sure. And looking at everybody's pay to make sure that our employees we're keeping up with where everybody else is. And so that's what we're in the process. You guys started that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we started it pretty much day one when I got here. And it's not a small exercise. I mean, there's a lot of positions. We're not like a regular business where you might have one line of service. We have 13 different departments, so you can imagine how many different positions you have to look at and then compare them to others. And so
it's not apples for apples in regard to job descriptions. So this community might have it listed as this job description, and we've got to make sure that they're matching up. So, but that's what we're in the process of going through, because our employees are our biggest asset. Sure. And we've got to make sure that we're taking care of them.
Yeah, you got to, like you said, you got to look at all of them. But the problem with it is, and the matrix is that your emergency services, your fire and your police, it's a different animal all of its own because of the training that goes in for that personnel and the money it costs.
On the front end.
I don't know what it cost. I left in 2017, but it cost us about $20,000 to get one hired, equipped, and through FTO, and then in the academy, and then back out. And there's no contract with that. So if you invest that $20,000 in them, and they find the department next door is giving out $10,000 more a year, then they leave you, and they're trained, and you spent this investment in them. So you got to protect your investment almost there a little bit.
And we've seen that.
Yeah.
We've seen people. And it's a different job market, and the benefit package that Smyrna offers is incredible. But unfortunately, I think a lot of those that are coming into the workforce today, they're only looking at that salary number, and that makes it a little bit difficult. And like I said, when you look at the total package that Smyrna offers, it's tremendous.
Yeah, we have a different, the youth, I guess the 20-somethings, they have a different mentality with the workplace than what even Rick and I, or you, Mayor, just...
I can tell you Parker doesn't look at what's the health benefits of the job I'm at, and
no, you're right.
You know what I mean? They don't look at those things, even though one of the things that we started quite a few years ago was every year our employees get a sheet that shows them what is your entire benefits package worth.
Yeah.
And we think that's really important, but for some, they just kind of glaze over until they start getting married and having kids, and then those things become a little bit more important.
Yep. As far as signing bonuses, are they very effective? I think, on the front end, okay, yeah, I'm going to get $5,000 or something like that. As far as longevity, I wouldn't think that would help much.
Yeah, you're not going to see signing bonuses being very common in the public sector. We don't have a program like that either. So, but longevity is something that you do regularly see in the public sector, and we do have longevity. So the longer you're here, you do get a bonus at the end of the year. We'll call it a bonus. It's easy, but it's longevity.
Well, kind of a merit pay.
Merit, yeah.
Well, and I think the mentality of our society has changed. It used to be you'd get in a job and you would stay in a job until you retired.
Sure.
And look how many times people change jobs now. So we've got to come up with ways to retain those, whether it's emergency services or somebody in our parks department, because losing that experience and also putting the time and the money into training those individuals. So that's something that we're really looking at, is how do we keep those people on our team?
I think, but Smyrna, we're in a unique situation. I think y'all especially handle it well. We had the sheriff on a month or so ago, and we were talking about it, and it's funny, before the show they were showing that a lot of crime things, but those people were coming out of Davidson County, and there's an invisible line between Rutherford and Davidson, and believe it or not, what's going on up there, it comes over in us a little bit. But we in this county, we investigate stuff. When I was on the police department, if there was somebody doing robberies in Nashville and they unfortunately came to Smyrna, and the detectives would call and I said, man, I'm glad they come down there because y'all are going to get them. And, we went after them because they were inundated with crime, and they had to pick and choose what they did. So they were like, yeah, we're going to get them. And it's still that way today.
It is.
I got some buddies I still stay in contact with in Nashville, and they said, yeah, one of our guys went down to Smyrna the other day. And they'll call and say, who do I need to talk to down there? And I've been gone, 9 years? But they still think that way up there, and we've got it good down here.
But I think our agencies all work well together within Rutherford County and also outside of the county lines, which I think benefits our agencies, but definitely benefits our citizens.
I agree. I mean, I think they coordinate not as good as like when I first started, because our radios were all in the same and we could switch bands and talk to each other from Murfreesboro to Smyrna, whatever. But nowadays the coordination, be it cell phones and things that we got now, but that guy, unfortunately, on Nashville Highway that did the hold up, there was Murfreesboro, Smyrna, and the county all out there that day. So it's great teamwork.
It's definitely a team effort.
Yeah, exactly.
The sad thing is that a lot of these crimes that you're talking about, they're juveniles.
Oh, it sure is.
And that's in some respects, kind of a scary thing.
Well, I read on the news this morning, they were talking about that thing at Opry Mills. So here you got thousands of people sheltering in place, running out of there with their kids scared to death. And it's a girl that gets mad at her boyfriend at Chili's and, beats him up, and they charge her with like 5 felonies, and her bond is $40,000. She was in and out faster than I could do the paperwork. And in the mid-90s, that was a $200,000 bond, and they get to sit in there and think about it, and we've got to get back to that. And I think that's the judicial part, that law enforcement is doing their thing, but the judicial's got to get back on what taking care of business. But hey, you're listening to the town manager Dave Santucci and the Smyrna mayor Mary Esther Reed. But we're going to take our second break real quick. We'll be right back.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-488-2594. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-488-2594. That's 800-488-2594.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Chip Walters here with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. I was named a top 10 agent in the #1 Exit Realty office in America in 2021. The top question I get around town, how's the market? Good question. And the answer's changed a few times this year alone. I'd like to know what you've heard and share some solid data we have. Give me a call and let's have a cup of coffee and take a look at what's happening in your neighborhood. All my contact info is right on my website, choosechip.net. I'm Chip Walters with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates.
At Bud's Tire Pros, we sell all major brands of tires, and we invite you to stop by today for that next set of tires. Or maybe you need us to check out your vehicle before you head out of town. We offer everything from brakes to batteries, alignments, and more. No appointments necessary, just stop on by.
I'm Allison Mitchell with Bud's Tire Pros. We're located on East Main Street, exactly 3 miles from the town square, 1 mile past Rutherford Boulevard. Visit us online at budstirepros.tn.com.
Hi, this is Trevor at Bell Jewelers. If you're looking for a new watch, we have Longines and Seiko. And then in the pre-owned market, we have pre-owned Rolexes and Tag. You can keep up to date with that on our Instagram and TikTok. If you're trying to sell your pre-owned Rolex, bring it by to Bell Jewelers and we'll give you an offer for it. And if you're looking for a pre-owned date chest, Submariner or GMT, come to buy Bell Jewelers. We have those items here in store right now. Bell Jewelers, 821 Northwest Broad, across from Toots.
Looking for something to take your mind off this traffic? How about a true story of instant success? Did you hear about the two friends who went grocery shopping in Ashland City and picked up everything on their list plus $75,000? Or the one where a truck driver made a last-minute stop off Interstate 40 and drove off with a cool $1 million? All their lives changed in an instant, and yours could too. So stop by your local retailer for your chance with instant games from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing, life-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Welcome back to the third and final segment of Tuesday Mornings with Rick and Wayne, and certainly been our pleasure and honor this morning to have Mayor Mary Esther Reed, and she has brought along our new town manager, Mr. Dave Santucci. And we're going to talk about maybe some projects and other things going on in the town.
So obviously, every good leader has a good staff, and the staff is wearing you guys out. So if y'all want to go through the list, and we're sorry, guys.
They have sent us a list.
Absolutely, but let's
That's
go
right.
through it.
So first off, we are right in the middle of a census. And for those that don't know, for every person counted in the town of Smyrna, no matter of age, the town will get state share dollars of about $175 a person. So it is a significant amount for the town. We have 20,000 households in the town of Smyrna. Currently, we have just counted over a little bit over 12,000. So we still for sure have a ways to go. Right now, we've counted right at 37,000 people, and we hope to get to 58,000. We have done mailers, we have done, you name it, we've done it. We are now to the point that our firefighters are going to individual houses, door to door, to either sign them up in regards to the census or leave them a flyer that lets them know that we need them to call in or get online to get signed up for the census. Very easy. None of the information is shared. We also want to say thank you to Middle Tennessee Electric. They've gotten in touch with us. They are actually going to put it in the bills for us to let people know that we are in the process of the census. Jeff Coos Memorial Scholarship, second year for that. We are currently accepting applications. We offer 3 $2,000 scholarships to high school seniors that either live in the town of Smyrna or attend a Smyrna high school within the city limits. It also can be a student that is a homeschool student. And that runs through, the application process goes through March the 14th. So you have between now and March 14th. You do have to be attending some sort of post-secondary education within a year's time of graduation. And we'll award those on May the 13th. Do you want to talk about the Top Gun Night Run, or do you want me to do that?
I feel like I won't give it justice like you will, because this is probably the most near and dear thing to you. So
I would agree. We were kind of talking a little bit about the accident and where we were, and it's one of those things you don't forget. But the upkeep of that memorial is a significant one. To repaint the plane, which is every 5 to 7 years, is over $50,000. So Brian Hercules was instrumental in helping us come up with an idea that was a great hook, and we came up with a night run. And so we have a 6K night run, and our 6th annual one will be on Friday, September 12th at 7:30. We have so many great surprises planned for that night. And so it is something that you for sure want to be a part of. It's $50 to sign up. Our sign up is already open. I will tell you, you probably get the coolest medal of any run that you can be in across the country. Alan Brandon designs those, who's a Smyrna boy. He's from Smyrna, lives in Murfreesboro now, but has never forgotten where his roots are, and a really cool t-shirt. So come be a part of the run. We also still have sponsorship available, and our mile markers, if you've not been, all have characters from the Top Gun movie. So it's a lot of fun. Definitely family friendly, but also if you're a serious runner, there's room for you as well. Boards and committees.
Yeah, one of the most important things, I think, for local government is to have community participation. And being on a board or committee is one of the best ways you can do that. Right now, we are taking applications for our boards and committees. And I think that is through February 20th, I believe. So want to see as many people submit applications as possible so that they can be considered for the various boards and committees that we have.
It's also a great way to get involved. That's how I got started.
Yeah.
I started on the Parks and Rec board, which I'm still on, but you will absolutely learn more about your community and not just about the committee in which you're serving on. You'll learn so much more about the entire town. So we encourage you to come get involved.
The two boards that I've served on was the beer board and the packaged liquor board. And I'm starting to wonder.
Did you think it was going to be sampling involved? Was that what it was?
Yeah, maybe so.
The after meetings were something
That's
else.
where it was. Now, did you serve? Have you served on any boards? I was trying to remember, Rick.
Not in Smyrna. I'm on the Industrial Development Board.
That's right.
For the county, and I'm on the Juvenile Detention Board for the county as well. So,
can I say thank you to you and the town manager for children of Rutherford County. Smyrna High School, their addition opened, Rick, back in the late fall.
Mm-hmm.
And the two Murfreesboro additions, I don't believe are anywhere close. So due to the cooperation between the Rutherford County School Board's construction department and the town of Smyrna's permitting and all of your other
processes.
Yes, that they were able to get that facility and get how many trailer classrooms they have? 17 or so.
They're gone.
Yeah.
And they're gone, and we've gotten our children out of trailers into brick and mortar, and I just want to say thank you for that because
it's definitely a team effort. And we're all in this together. Doesn't matter if you're outside of the Smyrna town limits, but all of us here in Rutherford County have a responsibility to work together, and we're always happy to do that. We might not always agree on what that process is like, but I do think everybody in Rutherford County wants to see that happen. But we were there for the ribbon cutting, and to see that facility, oh wow. Ricky and I were, sorry, Rick.
No,
sorry, it's hard for me to change from Ricky to Rick. We were the first graduating class of that new high school, and to see that facility, to see things set up like cosmetology and
the dance
studio. All of those things. We've kind of gotten back to what vocational exactly. And so I was so proud to see that facility and to know that kids are getting to participate in classes like that. They may not all be going to college. They may be going to technical school or going out to start.
CTE is a big deal.
It's huge. So I think we are giving the students of the town of Smyrna a step up and giving them real opportunity. So kudos to Smyrna High School and also Stewart's Creek. They do a great job as well. And man, could we have been more recognized on a national stage than with the band from Stewart's Creek. And Mr. Chester did a great job. And that was also a team effort of getting them back on track because they were initially cut from the parade when it moved from outside to inside, and so it took a lot of people making sure that that they got to present.
Since we're talking about Smyrna High School, I would like to extend our condolences to Walter Jordan's family. Of course, in my time, he was an athletic icon at Smyrna High School, and his family has meant so much to this community, and prayers go out to Walter. We've lost Donnie Holland, just some just incredible athletes that stayed home, and just would like to say our prayers for those families.
But I want you to think about the foundation that they have left, not only on athletics, but on our entire town. And so I think that's what continues to make Smyrna a great place to live and raise your family, is people like that have come before us that have made a real difference in people's lives and what it means to live in the town of Smyrna.
Well, Bill Jordan, Walter's brother, was on the town council
Absolutely.
for several years as well. So continue to give back.
Absolutely.
I think that's been my motivation with, since I'm out of law enforcement now and doing what I do, is get more, because of the town growing, is get more people involved in our community through Rotary, getting new members in and to help that legacy of what Smyrna Rotary's done, what Smyrna means, of getting a lot of people that's moved here, the Daves that come in and where they learn about what Smyrna is and what it was and start to contribute. And we see a lot. I think Rotary right now we're gaining 2 to 3 a month, it seems like, here lately, and
wow.
It's not Smyrna people, that want to get involved, so it's pretty nice.
People are choosing to move here. There's a reason that they want to be part of our fabric of our community. And I think we have an obligation to teach them about what Smyrna is really about. They bring some great ideas, and there's some things we might want to do differently. Dave's brought some great ideas, but there's also tradition and foundation that we have in the town of Smyrna that I think we're obligated to teach newcomers about as well. Sure. So many people want to close the door and say, okay, I'm here, but I don't want anybody else here. I think it's really super cool that people want to be part of our community. That means we're doing something right.
Sure.
And so I welcome those people to come in. It does give us opportunity for to have to make some changes in our community, but it's an exciting time to live in Middle Tennessee. It's really an exciting time to live in the town of Smyrna, and I hope when people, whether they live here or they visit here, they feel that as well.
Well, you don't have to drive to Nashville. You can get just about anything you want in the town of Smyrna now.
Absolutely. That was something that was real important to, I think, a lot of councils. I mean, even those that were years and years ago, that you could get health care, you could do your shopping, you could get your education, everything you needed if you choose to stay in the town limits of Smyrna that you could do. And I think about my granddad a lot, and I think, what would he think about what the town of Smyrna is like today, or some of those that were long before any of us but made such an impact on what our town looks like today.
He would take great pride.
I think he would too, and I think a lot of those that had been in Smyrna long ago would take great pride in what we look like today.
And the class of 72 had a 2-star general and several colonels, and just really impacted our community.
And what a foundation you all laid. And the class of 89 definitely has built on that, wouldn't you say, Ricky?
Very much so.
Very
yes.
much so.
Yes, Mayor.
Yes.
Sorry, Mayor, I just couldn't let Rick,
get one up on you.
Not the last word.
Not
anyway.
the last word. I understand.
God bless you, Mayor, and God bless you, Dave, for leading us and being with us, and just exciting times for the town of Smyrna.
Well, and we appreciate what you all do to help tell our story. We have to be able to get the word out of what great things we have going on, and you two have not forgotten where you come from and helping us to get that word out.
I love Smyrna.
That's right.
Yeah. You know the latest on Jefferson Pike? I know they are like 3 months behind right now, but I guess weather,
they're
final paving and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're done. They just have to put that final layer of pavement on, which we've been told isn't going to be until the spring.
You talk about too the turning lane going on to Jefferson Pike. TDOT wouldn't combine those two, so one's got to be done before they can start the other. I know somebody online had said something about it. But,
yeah, we got that one too. We're working on that. It's crazy. We all looked at each other like, what, when we found this out? But they'll pay for the right turn. They won't pay for the left turn. I don't understand the logic, but it's the way it is. What are you going to do?
It's a TDOT issue.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's where that
But we're working through it.
That tool belt's got to have everybody in it.
That's right.
Everybody, thank you for being with us today, and I hope you enjoyed our show, and we'll be back with you again next week. And it looks like it will get cold. We got rain coming and getting cold again. Unfortunately, yesterday was a Unfortunate thing, was it not? But everybody have a great week, and we'll see you next week as usual.
Thanks.
Bye.
Premier 6 Theater on Broad in Jackson Heights.
Let's all go to the moon.